So that's why once you are inside, you need a lot of wisdom and patience to manage it. There will always be issues, but it must never get to the point where you start violating the sanctity and the sacredness of marriage. Marriage is very sacred. Very, very sacred. God will not call you innocent if you desecrate the covenant. He won't. God will take it very personal with you. Praise the name of the Lord. So let's see if we can just explain some of the points that we have here, verse by verse.
There's like PV was talking about the brother, and you hate another person, another human being. James talks about the fact that this man is created in the image and likeness of God. So if you in the image and likeness of God, this demonstrating the attribute of God, God is love. Now find a place to actually hate another person, regardless of what the person has done. You might dislike their attitude, you might dislike, but to say you actually hate the person, it says the love of God cannot dwell in you. It's not possible for you to say you. And it's the reason why it says where these things exist, there's envy, strife, there's every evil work. It's an open door to the devil. It's an open door to the devil. If you find, let me put it this way. In the 80s, that Copeland received revelation on the laws of prosperity, wrote that book, started teaching about it. A lot of people backlash, the same way Oral Roberts received big backlash when he started declaring that God is a good God. Something good is going to happen to you today. You can imagine that someone says that in church and he got hate letters. How do you know? How do you... People, death threats, because he said God is a good God. So he started teaching laws of prosperity, and a lot of people... So after like 10 years, the Lord called him and said, stop, from today, don't teach this anymore. I said, look, but you gave me... No, the body is not ready for it. The problem with that was that both him who received the revelation and the rest of the body who was meant to be lifted by the revelation stayed at one plateau where financial prosperity was concerned for decades until the body was ready to receive it, because there was strife. So there are some things you may know accurately and know that the Lord has thus said the Lord. He spoke to you like this. But you are sharing it and your brother is angry because you need the wisdom of God to know when to pull back. Strife is in the camp. This is not something that will cause anybody. Nobody is going to be lifted by this. Rather, everybody is going to be pulled down, because where there's strife, there's every evil work. It's an open door to the devil.
Talking about Sarah and Abraham, they were their siblings actually.
Yeah,
they were siblings. So, Sarah was Abraham's stepsister. They had the same father, but different mothers. And that is a parable to the church. God is our common father. God is our father in church. And even people that are outside of church, God is our father too. He's the father of everybody. He's the father of all spirits. He's the father of every human being. Now, we must be mindful of the brotherhood when we are dealing with people. You are my brother, you are my sister. Even your wife is your sister. That's what I'm saying. Your wife is your sister. And you don't want somebody to maltreat your sister. How can you not be maltreating your sister? I have 9 sisters. Any of if they are in-laws, my in-laws are misbehaving, I call them. What's the problem? You can't be doing that to my sister. Now you are married to one.
One of the sisters.
So treat your wife like your sister, because God is the father of that woman.
Yes, sir.
And father-in-laws don't take it gentle. That's what he's saying here. So be mindful of the brotherhood. So that's why I started saying, are we not all the same? Don't we all have the same father? Including your wife. Very